guys, how's it going? I'm Kit3Cat3 and today I'm going to be doing another Cinema 4D tutorial. So basically, I've gotten a lot of specific requests on my previous video on how to put objects into already existing photos. I've gotten requests of how to put Minecraft characters, Minecraft objects into these photos because I know a lot of people use Cinema 4D for Minecraft animations, and they will use a rig and it will come with its own render settings, and so it kind of messes a few things up, and I mean the lighting and everything can be kind of an issue, as well as the photo you choose, because they have to be of a higher quality to blend in with the objects you're going to use. So anyways, I have chosen this bedroom photo, and I like to use home decoration photos because a lot of the photos are taken with quite high quality cameras, because, you know, these obviously are sets for sale in stores, whatever, gotta make it look good. And a lot of them are also rendered, so they're not actually real. And that helps quite a bit. I mean, this picture could very well be rendered. So yeah. Anyways, I used this photo on my website, and a few people were asking me specifically to use it. As you guys can see, I did put my Minecraft character in here, as well as a bow and arrow, and a sword and a chest plate on the floor. So some of you guys were wondering how I did that. And of course, you know, I don't own the photo, I just own the objects. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use this. And I'm going to go ahead and just put it in a different folder than what I have it in right now. You guys don't have to use this photo, of course. I mean, use whatever you want. Just, you get what you get. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Anyways, so we're going to add ourselves a floor, physical sky, background. I like to put the floor below the background just because they kind of have the same tags and stuff, and it just looks better to me. You guys can add a camera if you'd like, although I'm not actually going to be doing that this time. Let's go ahead and create our material now. Create new material, or just double click. I like to double click. Go to color and just change the photo. I'm going to be using the one that I had. Where's that? Right here. And you guys can check off specular because I don't like specular. Don't like it at all. Drag it onto the floor, drag it onto the background. This is what it'll look like up here. And on the floor, we want to change the projection to frontal so that it blends in with the background, but we can't see the background right now, obviously, because it's covered up by the sky, and we just want to fix that. So I'm going to go ahead to physical sky and add Cinema 4D tags by right-clicking and checking compositing. And check off scene by camera, we don't need it. And everything should work. Actually, I'm taking off global illumination, so this works better. Everything should work perfectly fine. And there it is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give ourselves some, on the background, of course, compositing as well. And we're going to check off compositing background. Hold down Control and drag that same tag down onto the floor so that it duplicates it, and we don't have to do this process over again for a third time. This should make everything brighter. Should look better, pretty much the exact way it looks in the actual photo if I drag it over here, as you guys can see. Anyways, what we're going to do now is we're going to add in our rig. So you guys can use any rig you want, something you made. I normally don't use my rig, I use HyperRig Ultimate in my tutorials. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to remember to put a download link in the description, but I mean, this is always up for grabs, it's not my rig. So anyways, just go ahead and edit the way you want. I'm going to go ahead and do my own thing to it so that I can make it look a bit better. I'm not going to be using a secondary layer though, just because I want to make sure that the ambient occlusion doesn't exactly conflict with anything. You know, make it smile. That's not a smile. There we go. And just add in the skin of your choice. This is really up to you what you want to do. Just use something random here. Something random that I have. Anyways, so as you guys can see, if we look at the skin from the side, it looks great and dandy. You know, there's nothing wrong with the skin. But then from the front, it looks like it's got some sort of glare on it. So that's called specular, and we want to check that off. Just turn it off on the material. If you're using HyperRig Ultimate, it is the second last. There is 3 textures with the skin on it. It's the second last one that you want to change specular for. just to take it off. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to look over here and rotate this guy so that he's laying down. This is all completely up to you guys, depending on, you know, what you want your rig to be doing, the pose that you want to have. You don't really have to have it completely 90 degrees if it's sitting on a bed or laying on something, but it's nice to have things sort of precise, I guess. Of course, there's going to be shadows being projected onto the floor. That's why we use one. So you want to have your character as close to the floor as you can if it's laying down, sitting down, whatnot. You know, this is really simple. Anybody can do it. It's not like grade 5 billion stuff. So, I mean, just positioning things, you know, the way you like it, the way it looks good, can definitely help out quite a bit when it comes to this. So, make it look at the camera. I always think that a Minecraft character looking at the camera is much more flattering in pictures. I think it's always a bit nicer. Makes the photo a little bit more interactive. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and render it out to see what it looks like. As we could see, this leg is kind of floating off the floor a bit, and this arm is good, this head is good. I think everything's nice. So now all we have to do is fix the leg, of course, and change the way the physical sky is rotated, because as you can see, the shadows on this side and the windows on this side, so I kind of want to bring out the shadow a little bit more towards the back of the character, just because it kind of looks like the whole room is being lit up like well, and I want most of the shadows to be behind the character, because as you guys could see, a lot of the shadows on the bed are underneath the bed towards, you know, the side of the photo. I don't know if that makes sense. So anyways, you can render it out, see how it looks. It's not going to look great though if you don't have global illumination on. And so I think I want a little bit more of a shadow. I'm not exactly sure. And I just noticed the skin already has a mouth, so I am going to turn its mouth off because it doesn't need one. Sorry, mouth. Anyways, let's go ahead and rotate the physical sky a little bit more and give ourselves some global illumination. If you don't know where to get this, just click Effect down here, and it should be, you know, on the list. Ambient occlusion, global illumination, very helpful. Using ambient occlusion first is the best way to go, because global illumination adds render time, and that's the last thing you want, is to wait a minute for a picture to render out, because that just sucks so much. Anyways, so as we could see, if we render this out in the actual picture viewer, I'll just bring this down a little bit more, things look kind of, you know, blended, that sort of thing. The global illumination softens up the actual shadow so that we don't have this harsh, you know, dark shadow, you know, haunting our dreams and stuff. So anyways, here we have it. I'm gonna go ahead and make the shadow a little less intense. I feel that's what I have to do, and I'm also going to give my anti-aliasing best. Normally it's on geometry, but you want to, you know, put it on best, just so everything looks a bit better, of course. Anyways, I'm going to be adding another effect, and this is going to be glow, and the intensity, I'm just going to put it down a little bit, maybe to 5, and what we could do is we can wait for this to render out, and then when the glow comes in, I find that it always blends, you know, objects with the photo. Makes it a bit brighter, of course. I mean, it's completely changeable. Just interact with it a bit. So there we have the photo, and as we could see, the Minecraft character looks like it's laying on the bed. If the shadows aren't good enough for your liking, Your Highness can always change that and make the shadows more intense by changing it under physical sky or whatnot. But that's pretty much how you do it. This could be done with almost any photo. It's just kind of hard to put them behind actual objects that are already in the photo. And of course, it can be done with text. I will have a link to the previous video that I did on this exact thing in the description below, so you guys can watch that. I'm not sure why you would want to though, because you already watched a whole video, I mean, on this. So yeah, anyways, this is how it goes, and I think it looks pretty good. Of course, it's less high of quality in the picture viewer, but you know, it works and I like it. So I hope this helped. Remember, you guys can use, you know, items, rigs, characters, mobs, animals, it doesn't matter, as long as you can have a physical sky, have your compositing backgrounds, your frontal projection on the floor material. You know, as long as you could have that stuff in a good angle, you're pretty much good to go with any photo and any object. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time in a future video. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, or share the video with your friends. I'm not too keen on that, but I mean, go ahead if you want to. I've been getting a lot of people asking to record in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it if you try to contact me through my website. All the links are in the description below, so you don't really have to worry about anything. And if you want your Minecraft server or any other server advertised, always put it in the comments section below, or of course use the website, like I said again, kid3cat3.weebly.com, and that should help you out. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!